Hello everyone, how very good of you to join and welcome back to Memoriapolis, our beautiful city that we have right here. And we're coming along just fine right now. We're working towards the next ancient city center upgrade while also trying to fulfill the demands of all my different type of citizens. I would like to start this episode by something interesting, and that is finally repairing one of those ruins here. So this one we have now, we can repair it. We have all the resources for it, the workforce, the blueprints, and this one will give me a building that is very good for commerce. It's accepted. It's gonna take 10 days, and then we're getting a new service building that will then permanently stay for my city to prosper. While this is in construction, under construction, we can also see over here that we also ran out of our first quarry, right? So this one has no more natural resources, so it makes sense for me to demolish it. This one we can actually, it's not that easy, right? We can decide on the speed of how long we should stay with the demolishment. If I go with 9 additional people, this one here could be demolished in 1 day. However, I really don't care, right? We could also go with recycling. So as we can see, we can say, okay, recycle 50% of it. This will take more time and we will get 5 wood out of that. Well, it's also not really worth it. So let's just demolish it the normal way. Takes 10 days and then this one's gone. However, of course, we do no longer have any clay income with that. Let's just check it out again where we can go with another one, because we still need a lot of clay. That one, strangely enough, here there's nothing, but if we move a bit further over here, we already have another 2,000, 3,000 even available, right? The problem is it's in a swamp area. If I go further, oh, this will be more tricky than I thought. We cannot really build it anywhere here because it's all swamp. Outside the swamp, even that is inside the swamp area. There's a dense forest. It's really not an easy terrain that we have. Here we do get another 900 out of it. Let's do it. It's not really something, but at least for now we can work on that. Visit completed. The Syndicate, Alliance, League and Coalition have submitted their evaluations. If the criteria have been met, you'll receive Esplanade coins. There it is. This time around we were successful with getting coins for everyone, right? So that's 4 coins in addition. Now we're working on that and we're already ahead, except for population satisfaction. So this is something we need to tackle. The Officina Pecuniaria has been finished. That's the ruin, and now it's working. And it's providing a bonus to attraction, generates 250 of that. And that's it. It also takes 21 workers to operate. That's quite a bit. And this is a coin mint where various coins crafted from gold, silver, copper, pewter or bronze were produced. These coins played a crucial role in laying the foundation of the city's economy. We also have a new faction, the Creative Minds. The merchants of the Port of Tyre have reached a new level. Okay, we don't have a forum yet. It's time to build one. It's a huge one. And just like every building in this game, unfortunately you can still not just place it on top of a district, right? They made it sure that the streets are no longer blockage, but the districts themselves, and these districts kind of like have strange shapes sometimes, so you never really know where it's ending. It makes the whole placing of buildings a bit problematic. We can have it over here though, right? And this one will then lead to satisfaction in esteem. And one we can choose our own, right? So it's esteem, and then we're probably going for belonging. It's the forum after all. Problem is also this dense forest area. That's my logical choice of expansion. It's still though very dense here, so I cannot really do anything. I need also one more person. There it is. Then we can improve this cutting camp. I'm also gonna do this, because with this we can cut down that forest faster, and we need to. Forum has been finished. With that we got a few points. Probably should also watch for something else, but we're so full on... So empty on workforce. New ancient ruins have been discovered. Oh, all the way over here, but that's far away. This would be a production one. So for production culture points. It's really far away though. Probably need to wait till we grow over there at some point. We can also go for the next service building thanks to having upgraded our military faction, the Hoplites. And this building can be constructed only once during the game, enables the construction of ramparts, and it also gives me satisfaction in 3 areas plus 350 attraction. So I'm going to unlock me that as my next construction. On top of that, we can also unlock our first wonder, the Trajan Forum or the Sassi di Matera over here. So this is a buildable. The area around the Sassi di Matera becomes buildable. So this is kind of like an expansion of our city area. It also gives me huge bonuses in all five satisfaction areas. It also costs me, but it's not that bad what I can see. That's for the Heliots, and this one here is for the commercial zone. It gives me also a buildable area around, and the cultural building closest to the wonder do not deteriorate when the passage of time happens. Also interesting. 2000 though, blueprint points. So this is probably my next goal. The office we already have, so I could... Have we already unlocked the architectural office? We have not. We should. So once I get the 30 people, the 30 workforce, I'm gonna upgrade this one too. It's really hard this time around for me to keep up with the demand of my citizens, right? You need to build a lot of these cultural buildings. However, I'm not getting the workforce in that I need. Resources are fine. There's no problem here. Upgrading those service buildings is also fine, but they're too far outside. This one's not worth it. Let's have the Monumentum for now. That's the construction for my military faction. Problem once again is, as you can see, dense forest everywhere. So I also cannot build anything here because it's dense forest. I should probably, wait a second, have another surveyor cabin. I cannot even build that because it's in the dense forest area. So let's go for the cutting camp. This one we can build in dense forest area, right? And I'm gonna make sure that we have it all around here, so that we can now cut away this area there. But yeah, we're capped on wood, so the only way I can see here is that we can sell wood to someone, hopefully. There it is. So that we do have some. That's too much. Space again. This one. That's it. These guys here, they will also not take wood. But we could unlock it now. We have the coin, so let's unlock the 4th trade route to a quincum. This also gives me then a 2 gold passive income. With those guys here. Selling something, yeah, it's not really worth it. So if I want to consume more wood, we would need to consume more for wooden beams, but wooden beams is also full. We are really capped by workforce. I don't think I've had this in the last game that I've played this. Finally, we can improve the architectural office. This, of course, is a risk, right? I'm improving this one here now to get more blueprints out. 3 more per cycle. That adds up, of course. The problem, though, is that I'm losing workforce now, so I cannot build another service building for my satisfaction. And while we don't have any dissatisfied citizen yet, it's neutral already in quite a lot of areas. We would actually need to build another forum, another arena, right? So I have these 3 arenas. Over here would be space for another one, or down here, right? The next arena, because it gives me exactly what I need. Or that's all dense zones here. I cannot do anything. I'm totally limited at this point by where I can place stuff. Up here, rocky area. Must not be built on houses, you know, like there are no houses here. It's strange for me, so this is not really intuitive. At least the chopping has started, so this is a dense forest and it will be a normal light forest where we can then build something on it, right? It just needs to lose the status of a dense forest area before we can do anything with that. And yeah, I just need to continue selling as much wood as possible, as we're constantly out of everything. Can I upgrade this trade route here somehow? Cannot do that. Would be lovely. They only want to purchase 200 each cycle. They're also the only ones buying wood beams, right? Wooden beams. No one of the others is doing that, so I cannot even sell that to alleviate my storage. At least we have the 2000 blueprint points now, so I'm able to unlock me my first wonder, the Trajan Forum. I would like to go ahead with. There you go. And now we should be able to build this one. There it is. We can. Holy cow, right? What a construction. Where the hell should I have something like this? Probably right here along the main road. It doesn't even care about the cliffs that we have there. But I really would like to have it in a central area. What I'm going to do is, once again, we're moving the farmland, right, over here, all the way. It's still one farm that is enough right now for my whole city. So I would like to destroy this one. Check it out, right? So there is now my new farm. We can upgrade this to a large farm then. It has plenty of space around it. And by the way, do we have another farm upgrade ready? This one here, 500 blueprint points. Then I can upgrade my farm. We should be having that soon. There it is. This is now starting to work. And once this is fully developed, I can get rid of this one. And then we have a beautiful space here for this forum that I would really like to place somewhere here. Okay, the forum doesn't even care about dense forest area. So you can really just place it anywhere. So this one would be also a nice spot for it. It's closer to the city, so we can grow the city then into this area here. Let's unlock the farm upgrade. There you go. And now we can upgrade this farm here. So it's going to produce now. It's going to mobilize another 15 workers. And we're producing then 66 food per cycle, right? Instead of 35 that it was before. So that's a massive improvement for the production of food. And with that, I can now get rid of this farm here. And I would like to demolish it. And it's going to demolish all the fields here with it. These ones are not being demolished. I wonder why. I need to manually demolish these. Having now all this space, that's a beautiful spot. It also expands the city area, as you can see, right? So if we have it here, we can also beautifully continue expanding the city then into this whole area here. And I would like to do this. Water construction. It'll take 120 cycles. Quite a long time. And on top of that, this one we can also place. And I would like to have this one also somewhere here in the city center, close to my districts. And we can also choose, well, as you can see also we are very happy population now. I think it kicks in immediately, the parameters from the wonder. This is for safety, esteem, and belonging. Okay, next building is running out of resources. It's this one here. That was the stone. Get rid of it. And then we might place another quarry for stone. Somewhere here in the back. Perfect. This one has 3 resources close by that we can exploit. We're starting with stone. And as you can see, the new districts are forming around these service buildings immediately. And once the wonder is finished, I'm pretty sure there's also more and more of these. With that, we're reaching now 1,600. I think we need 1,800 for us to grow once again to the next level. Okay, this one's also out now. Let's get rid of that. And I'm also continuing selling my wood. It's a nice coin we make there in addition. Let's also upgrade my architectural office now, because I'm feeling pretty safe with all of my satisfaction levels. The next level has been fully achieved, all 4 coins. We're working now on the last one. Building points I need more. What is that again? Okay, the amount of buildings I have. Here, population satisfaction, and here, resource points. We should also be able to finish this. But building points is something we need to get going. Pretty sure the monument counts quite a lot for this. By the way, we could also go for some decorations like an area. This one here increases satisfaction, and with that we do have then also more people that would like to live close to this area. Let's have this one just by the road. Takes a lot of workforce. Something as small as this. And with that we can also upgrade our ancient capital again. But let's wait for that wonder. There it is, in all its glory. Today is an important day. The construction of a new wonder has been completed. Each and every one of our citizens has invested a great deal of effort in this mission so that the city can boast of being the most important in the world. And with that also my town is celebrating. The streets are alive with laughter and lively music. Construction of the long-awaited wonder is complete. There it is. And as we can see, yeah, there's districts around it right away popping up. I can already go for the next one. We haven't built yet this one there, Ludus Magnus. We do need more clay. Do we not have a clay production going right now? This one. Both of them are on stone. Let's switch it to clay. I don't have a clay production. There's also the celebrations over here. Now, who's to say we cannot build another wonder? The Circus Maximus would be possible. For 2000 points, we have that. And I would also like to go for the proximity upgrade of the Surveyor cabin here. With that, we can upgrade this to have a bigger radius around it where we can build something. This applies to all my Surveyor cabins once I upgrade them. And let's also start upgrading our ancient capital to the next level. There it is, City Center 5. We now have access to manual age changes. To advance to the next age, you can wait until the end of the cycle of your current age or click on the corresponding button. We can now change the age ourselves, right? We can also wait still to get the final coins here, which I'm doing, of course. Beautiful buildings, loving the size of them, the scope. For the last wonder, Circus Maximus, we can already go ahead and do this. Holy cow! This is just once again massive. We should have it a bit further outside. No prop. Somewhere here, can I do this? Oh yeah, this would be possible. It also expands my city space over here. Something I would like to do. Perhaps make it like so. I mean, that is one massive structure. Incredible. Gonna take some time. This is dense forest area. We have the cutting camp here. We have a buildable space around this monument then, so I can have another cutting camp over there at some point. That would be ideal. Funnily enough, we still have plenty of resources and also workforce to counter any increase. Food is of course something we should always monitor closely. It's still very good after the upgrade. And we have a bonus right now on every parameter. So the food consumption is reduced, the incidents are reduced, and the migration is increased. The faction tax rate is increased, the decree duration is increased, and also my blueprint production is increased. So that's because everybody's super happy right now with that city. We should not advance so quickly though, obviously, but rather stock up on resources. Okay, a faction, the Druids of the Isle would like to join. These are scholars. We don't have scholars at all yet, so it might be something to take in. The Druids of the Isle of Man are a group of revered and venerable men and women led by Finella. They are renowned for their mystical wisdom and deep-rooted connection to the land. Doesn't sound like this would fit into a commercial city, honestly, so I'm gonna decline. There will be some more, right? Especially if we build another forum, something that gives where it is the Agorga. We don't have that yet. Oh yeah, we have 2 of them. So especially if we build more of these scholar buildings then as well. But it needs to be the right faction. These people sound like they do not belong here. Seems like a good timing as well, since we have the workforce to upgrade our processing industry. That is the carpentry. It's really expensive though, right? But it's hopefully worth it. So this one converts 24 wood into 8 wooden beams. And the baseline was 15 wood into 5 wooden beams. I wonder if it's not better to just get a second one out. Because these upgrades are very expensive. Like, it costs way more to upgrade than to just build a second carpentry. So I'm considering just building a second carpentry and be done with it, right? This is way cheaper. Especially for the tilery, I guess we need that. And the brickyard. We can also start the construction of the ramparts. There it is. And we can enlarge this one. So as you can see, this is now a general area around the city center. It costs a lot of stone that we don't have. And this goes up then through the ages as well. That would be great. More stone though is required. I think we are working a lot on clay right now. I could also just have another cutting camp. Oh, it's not a cutting camp. Where's my quarry? There's my quarry. And just get me something out that gives me... Yeah, over here. Nope. Over here. Yes. There is 2,300 stone waiting. Build that and get the stone. For my service buildings, we can also upgrade few more now in the commercial zone, especially the Emporium I like because it satisfies 3 parameters. Let's purchase this one and get us a new service building on the way. The Emporium, there it is. It's also not that big. So let's just check it out. Have enough space somewhere. Boats and docks must be on the water. Oh, this is a water building. Interesting. Okay, it's the first water building, so the Emporium. Let's have it over here by my beach area. It's a bit far outside. I can build a second one later somewhere else. And there you go. And let's go here. So this is a trading post. So health is important. Probably esteem is important for something like that. And let's also go for... yeah, belonging. And there we have the next monument. Our Grand Circus Maximus. With all its bonuses. And with that also we have another carnival in the city of Catan. Also the Druids of the Isle would like to join again. No, sorry pals. Even though I would love to get another faction. Especially a scholar faction. And once again we have achieved all 4 coins. That's just a shame here really. We could have done everything. But that's okay. And now I'm just waiting to get the coins in and then we can progress to the next stage. Stockpiling up a few more resources. Workforce is fine. The more people we have, the faster we regenerate workforce. Blueprints are also fine. I might be thinking about another upgrade to my architecture office since we do need a lot of upgrades at some point. So let's go ahead and do this. We can afford it. And there it is, towards a new age. Many cycles have passed since you settled in these lands. Everything around you is changing, customs are markedly different, drapes are adorned with new embroidery and weaving techniques, jewelry seems refined with new stones. Unexpected discoveries were reported from all over the region. New food, new countries, new people, new languages. Amid all this excitement, you sense that a new era is approaching. So far, our ancient capital. With all the things that we built over the cycle. So here we have the first one, the woodcutter camp. And then we're progressing through that. That's a pretty neat overview of what we have achieved. And now also the threat of Macedonia comes to an end. When you supported the Greek cities in their defense against the kingdom of Macedonia, the troops were so galvanized and the battles so grandiose that your common enemy still shudder. But now the Hellenic kingdom formed by the Greek cities is dreaming of conquest. We could strengthen our alliances by striking at the target of the Greek cities, Rome. The advantages are numerous, politically, commercially and militarily. But on the other hand, we could stop the Greek rulers, if not you. The world could well change drastically. Condemn or interrupt. We could choose to stop them. This unlocks us the Roma trade route. This unlocks the Corinthus trade route. The Roma would purchase wood. We lose the Pergamon trade route. That we could also sell the wood too. So there's not really anything here. Okay, it's the same thing. Let's stop the Hellenic kingdom's madness. Okay. Got a nice little overview here too. Building management. Because we're losing a lot of buildings now, right? Around the wonders though, not. So these here should not be stopped, right? So I can save them. These ones I would save. That costs me though, right? There we get the culture bonus of 50% in addition. This one we cannot go with, this one we cannot go with. The rest will fall into ruins, I think. And we chose the commercial destiny. Now we need to choose a new one, I think. Or we upgrade the ones that we have already. That gives me another bonus to my trade routes. Instead of doing this, we could also choose another destiny, like the philosopher, for example. So with the old bonus, we remain, right? We keep that. So the trade drafts continue to generate passive income. However, on top of that, if I go with the scholars, we could say cultural buildings offer 15% more satisfaction. That's really powerful. It's the most powerful of these here. The other ones are the craftsmen. 25% more natural resources. Sounds great too. But I think I'm going with the scholars, even though we haven't really focused that much on them yet. But that bonus is just really nice. Beginning of the Middle Ages. Now for choosing my next downtown area, it's important to note that we need to touch the outskirts of my old city, right? So I cannot place it anywhere where the circles are not touching with each other. That's important. So I cannot place it here, unfortunately, which would be a really nice location. So either I go with this area, right, because it's touching, or we're going with this area because here I can also make it so that it touches. But the problem here is we have a lot of dense forest that we need to cut down first, right? So if I place it here, that would also be possible, kind of. And here, lots of dense forest to make this work. So I'm thinking I'm taking this route here because the Middle Ages is just another small era that we have until we get to the Renaissance. And if I place my town center here, we can go with the Renaissance area then here, right? Which looks fantastic in my opinion. If I go with this area, we could move the Renaissance then into this area, which looks a bit boring perhaps. So also this would be just super hard to develop. So I'm gonna go with this area and we kind of like merge the two cities then together, right? So we have plenty of space there. So let's go ahead and have our town center here. And with that, we're starting now the medieval times. So important about that is we have a whole new town now to develop. This kind of like is old now, right? So what we can still do here is now we can go ahead and repair them. There's luckily a new button for this that wasn't there before, right? So before that, you had to press the demolishing button to get to the upgrade. This confused me a lot when I had my first playthrough. Now that's no longer needed. We should really do this ASAP as long as we have the basic resources, because you lose a lot of satisfaction if you're not doing that, right, down the road. So these buildings are destroyed, right? The buildings that are closer to a monument, though, they're not destroyed. So they continue working fine. That's why these monuments are really important. Now for my medieval town center, this is going to be an interesting one because we have a location that looks nice. The city will then span the whole area here, right, over that bridge. I like that. But in order to start here, we do need to also start cutting away, yeah, lots of wooden area once again. I will also need to start with my city expansion. So let's just see that we can do this hopefully somewhere here. Dense forest area once again. So once again, we have all these problems with the dense forest area. It's not easy here. There we can do it. And then we can cut away this one. This looks like a normal forest area where we don't need to worry about too much. Once again, this also kicks in, right? We are already far ahead in most of these areas for the Middle Ages for these coins. And here we got now all the 4 coins in the last era. This area is also super nice because we have rocks here and they should give me nice deposits. There it is, 1,000, 1,000. This one over here is lots of clay. And down here we have sand again. So we do have our own industry that we can put up here. First though, of course, we need to start with a cutting camp that we have then here somewhere to cut away everything here. And I might then improve it too. So let's build it here. Improvement wise, there's the cutting camp. So we already have this one unlocked. It might be safe to go for even another upgrade, right? To cut away faster. Also, our storage has increased, so we now have more raw materials especially that we can go with. And since I want to focus on that or a new era, I would probably like to... Oh! The Therons from the factions of Heliots would like you to help them extend their influence on their culture. The cost of constructing this building will be reduced by 50%. That's a bonus. Construct a ropery. They would like me to do that. The ropery, cultural building, there it is for the production. Let's go ahead and do this. We do need iron though as a new resource. That I don't have yet. So that will be also something that we probably need to unlock in the production. There it is, small mine. Let's unlock us a small mine, get gold and iron out of it. I love how there's whole new mechanics and construction materials and stuff like that coming in with the transition of an era. That's why I'm really excited about the Renaissance era. Let's upgrade the cutting camp right away. And then we have the small mine now. Let's just check it out. So lucky us. Here we have lots of gold. Up here we would have lots of iron. Let's go for the iron first. That's more important. As my next material. Workforce we have. And as we can see, there is a medieval town now forming, right? So there's the first district. And of course, we will also need to assign then the first cultural buildings to this. We can no longer build cultural buildings of the Antiquity age. So now we're starting basically from scratch with the ropery that needs then the iron already to get going. For commercial, we would have the guild. We could also focus a bit on university education, universitas. I think this is one of the most important editions of the Middle Ages, so I'm gonna unlock me this to also get me some new factions in. Faction installment, the companions join over here. Production faction, we can accept them. They're a nice complement to this. And let's also continue repairing those cultural buildings. It's those two, and I think we have repaired then everything. So this old city continues to work now normally. Right, and we have the medieval era over here. And they're going to merge together into one giant mess of a city. Okay, so the iron is coming in. The cutting camp has been improved, so we're getting rid of the dense forest here over time now. That's pretty important. And since iron is the defining new resource, let's also upgrade iron mine right away. We can do this with the upgrade. And there it is. To get us more of that. There's 15,000 iron now waiting here for us. We could of course totally also build another iron mine somewhere. I would also like to have to a quarry because we need more stone. There is like 2,000 stone waiting here. There you go. In this industry zone that is forming now. And this one should lead to a huge bunch of iron now coming in. 8 per cycle. Iron and gold also exist in the old eras, of course, or the old areas that we have. So this is kind of like universal. So we can have one here that has iron and gold in abundance. Go ahead and get this one. I'm starting with iron once again because we really need a lot and we don't need gold right now at all. But I can always just freely switch them around. Food is going down dramatically right now. So I would like to build me another surveyor cabin over here. And this will be a great new farming area for now, right? Later on, we are most likely going to have the Renaissance city because there's lots of buildable space. But for now, it might be a very good farming area. And of course, we're at the cap right now, but I could probably also move over here. But farming area is not that abundant, what I can see. Let's switch this one to stone. And we probably should hurry up with the food. Holy cow, we're running out of food now. Let's build me the next farm. And then upgrade this one as well right away. This will essentially now double my food production. And upgrade-wise, about the farm, we have this one going. This one I can also go with. This one needs gold though, look at that. 100 gold. Get me this going. So I might switch this one now to gold. Get us this in as well. This morning, the town is in a state of panic. The Black Death is threatening every town in the region. The population is crying out for urgent measures to contain the plague, and families are ready to flee to safe lands. You have 3 viable options. Support our scientists to find a cure. Quarantine. Oh, we don't have any university right now. We could spend gold coins to choose and mobilize foreign doctors. We could also split. This is though the worst one, I think. Let's pay the gold for 50 cycles. And since I just started with the mine here for the gold, we can do this. And I'm considering also upgrade my mine here right away. There's lots of resources here, so it is going to be worth it in the long run, right? We're now out of wood, so there's a bit of a grace period kicking in now before people start to go rioting against me. There's now my next farm. Let's also improve this right away. And on top of that, we can now start with the ropery, the first cultural building of the medieval era. probably gonna have it somewhere here. Pretty lengthy building. This would be also fantastic, but it's too lengthy for that area. So this is all not so dense forest, right? It is all dense forest. You're kidding me. Not great. We're going with health, of course, the ropery. Esteem would be my other go-to here. We could also make belonging, because it is very important for the citizens of that culture. And then we have the university. Let's have this one over here. That is, of course, for creativity. And university, yeah, esteem. And, okay, many inhabitants were saved thanks to your actions. Sacks of gold were sent to anyone who was willing to help and go. Doctors quickly flocked to the city. Your citizens didn't escape unscathed, but your gesture helped us understand the epidemic better. And with that, no negative outcome. We had lots of money anyway. Seriously, where's my food? This one's been improved now. Getting a few more factions. House of Wisdom. Little is known about this medieval institution. The House of Wisdom served in its original city as an intellectual sharing quarter, where scholars worked on the translation, preservation and transmission of ancient texts. Sounds better than the druids to me. Let's accept them in, because we do need also some education points. Very good. Faction power is the weakest one. This we still should focus on a bit. Resource-wise, we're fine, except the farm. But this one's now expanding, right? And there you go. Having some food coming in again. That was a really tight one, though. Also, the first two cultural buildings have been finished in my medieval town. These districts should grow now. Next, I would like to continue with a commercial building. That is the guild. And the guild gives me also an evolution of the trade post that we had in the Age of Antiquity. And it leads to the watermark that increases my passive generation of gold. They all have also different functions. That is one. Let's go for another one. The universitas we have. The dungeon. This one reduces the minimum district occupancy for faction expansions. I have no idea what that means. The glazed pottery workshop. That increases my production building reserve by 10%. Then all the way down here we have the Malus. Passive faction power gain is increased by 10%. We don't have any political faction building at the moment. So I would also like to go with this one here. For 1,000 points that it costs. To get me this in. There it is. But I would like to start with the guild. This needs a bit more clay. We don't have clay anymore. Lucky us, we have this area unlocked. And that means I can also continue now with another quarry over there. There is lots of clay here. That looks great. 10,000! Holy cow. $10,000 clay. This is gonna last for quite some time. Food is fantastic, so this will last us probably through the whole Middle Ages. Let's also improve our quarry here so that clay income is increased. We should, by the way, also use the gold that we have to unlock us the new trade routes. So right now it's going to Roma. That was the mission, right? Let's also just start selling some wood to them. Then we can go for Lübeck. This one gives me 3 coin passively. 2,000 gold it costs me. Then we can go for Panoramas. This is 3,000 gold, but it gives me a passive income of 7 coin. That's quite a bit. Also, we can sell wood to them. That's great. Let's go ahead and do this, even though it costs me a lot of coin right now. But wood we have way too much, so I'm always glad when someone takes my wood. And they actually take 300. The Knights of the Templar would like to join. And I'm going ahead and take them. So this is the military faction. We already have the culture building for this then, the dungeons. Let's build the guild for now though. Nice. This would be a suitable location here. Don't forget we will also need a wonder of the medieval era. So yeah, this is too small anyway when I look at the size of the previous ones. So might be safest for me to have the guild here. In the center. Gives me then the satisfaction for health. And the guild probably goes with esteem. There you go. So far so good. Medieval era it is. Quite exciting that you can always start with a new city then around the other one. The other one continues to function, of course. The resources we still need to manage for both towns. And we continue through the medieval era onwards to the Renaissance at some point, hopefully. I love this game. I hope you do too. Don't forget to leave a like behind. Cheers.